you in Orem has had an active shooter at the Charlie Kirk event.
This is a dark day for our state. It's a tragic day for our nation.
As soon as he was hit, he fell backwards, went to the side. The audience went to their knees.
I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination.
Can legislation change the heart of a man? Never heard of that. So I think it's up for all of us to look inside ourselves.
Conservative commentator Charlie Kirk is dead in what investigators are calling a political assassination. Thanks for joining us at 10. I'm Tricia Mackey.
And I'm Rob Williams. Kirk co-founded the conservative youth organization Turning Point USA. Part of that organization's work speaking on college campuses across America.
That's what he was doing today at Utah Valley University when someone in the crowd pulled out a gun and shot him in the neck. And just a few hours ago, Utah's governor held a press conference saying a person of interest is in custody. But since then, FBI Director Kash Patel shared that that person has been released following an interrogation. That means the shooter is still on the loose. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle condemning the attack, saying political violence has no place in the country.
And that includes reaction from a lot of local leaders as well.
Allie Hennard is live with more.
Yeah, Rob, Tricia, political figures from across the nation, as you mentioned, but also here in the tri-state are speaking out about this act of violence. Now, many reacting with sympathy and horror to the fatal shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Today, I did speak with Bill Cunningham, a longtime radio host here in Cincinnati and outspoken conservative. He calls Charlie one of the apostles of conservatism.
This was an attack on the United States of America. This was an attack on the First Amendment. This was an attack on the political process. And Charlie, I know I'm going to say, boy, he's going to be missed. Everybody's replaceable. I'm not sure Charlie Kirk is replaceable.
Reaction pouring in across the country and here in the tri-state following the deadly shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. He was the CEO and co-founder of conservative youth organization Turning Point USA. Bill Cunningham, longtime radio host and outspoken conservative, says he's had Kirk as a guest on his show several times, calling his murder sickening.
Charlie Kirk signed up millions of young voters. He gave them a reason. Don't have a knee-jerk reaction to an issue. Have reason that underpins your belief. Just don't believe something. Give me the reason. Prove me I'm wrong. That's what he would say. The best thing he did was engage in debate with those he disagreed with.
Ohio Senator John Husted says Charlie was energizing young voices to become a part of the political process. He says this raises concerns about the rise of political violence in this country.
We're trying to silence people rather than have a discussion with them. You can debate them, you can disagree. That's helpful and healthy. But trying to silence people and resorting to violence as a method for doing that is just not acceptable. And it's just, we're seeing the tragic result of that today.
I think it sends the message is public service worth the risk to your family? Charlie Kirk said yes. And it sends the message is your speech has a price. And if the price is your death, how many people want to engage in that?
Republican Senator Bernie Moreno said in a statement, "Just over a decade ago, I met an incredible young man with a big idea, getting young people involved in politics. He was only 18 years old, but I knew then he would change the country. His name was Charlie Kirk." He went on to say, "We cannot allow this to become a country where political violence is normalized, assassins are lionized, and brave men like Charlie are shot dead for daring to speak out. We will not let this evil prevail." Cunningham says this tragic shooting is also a threat to the freedom of speech.
We live in a terrible time. This hurt. It hurt. And I hope liberals and Democrats feel exactly the same way.
The Kentucky Democratic Party also releasing a statement. What happened today in Utah isn't just a tragedy, but a despicable act of political violence that has no place in our democracy. No American, Democrat or Republican, should live in fear of becoming a target based on what they believe or how they vote.
And Charlie was unique, and that's why he was loved and respected.
Well, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine has ordered flags to be flown at half-staff in honor of Kirk. Meanwhile, the suspected shooter in Charlie Kirk's assassination remains at large. This, of course, is a developing story we will continue to follow both on air and online. Reporting live with photojournalist Savannah Tyree, Allie Hennard, Fox 19 Now.